or we could just start because okay. Today's show we are going to be talking about paranormal activity. And so like I have a couple of guests. Dan, everybody probably knows Dan already. Curious Contrarian. And then we
Shalom.
have
Hi, Dan.
yeah, sorry, you could say hi. Then we have Matt, and Matt's been on before. How are you doing,
Hello.
Matt?
Good. How are you all?
Good. I'm good.
Wonderful.
Thanks for having me on.
And then we have Eric, and Eric actually just recently started a channel. Is that correct? On
Yeah, I've been posting here and there.
on paranormal activity, and I'll link that below. And anybody, you guys should all go over there and like and subscribe to him. And so how about we start with Matt? What would you define paranormal activity as?
Well, I mean, it's really such a wide range of things that it could be. Really anything unexplained without any kind of scientific, logic or reasoning behind it. For me, it's more of like paranormal experiences rather than activity, because usually it's not just one thing that's defines a paranormal event. It's more like the experience, and that's why it's sometimes so hard to like nail down, evidence of paranormal, because it's not just one thing, one, orb flying around. It's the entire experience, which is hard to like, document scientifically. So it's kind of a big anything unexplained that's very hard to kind of define.
Okay. And Eric, what would you say?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing as Matt there. So I would just agree that it's like really anything that falls into the realm of unexplained. So like supernatural ghost stuff. And my favorite area of the paranormal is like cryptids and animals that aren't really supposed to be around here and stuff. But
So like
yeah, it's
would you say
definitely
like
pretty cool.
Bigfoot and then like aliens and stuff too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Jersey Devil and Chupacabra.
yeah. Anything really
Yeah.
that'd be considered like out of that realm. Yeah.
What
Now,
about
is a
like
cryptid like
demon
paranormal?
possession?
Yeah.
What was that?
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, would a Bigfoot be considered a paranormal, or would that be more of a cryptid, or a cryptid's paranormal? Like, because if they're actual animals, like, that haven't been discovered yet, would that be a paranormal thing, or just an
Um,
undiscovered animal?
Regular
everybody
biology, you
includes
got it.
yeah. Most
I guess
people
it
seem to.
depends on if it's real or not, right?
You got to go what is
Dude,
it?
that's
The
true,
411 route where they're abducting people.
right?
Then it's supernatural.
So maybe it's a
Yeah.
blend of the two.
Yeah. But we're gonna include it in it for this.
Yeah, it usually gets globbed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Matt, did you recently have a paranormal activity happen with you?
Somewhat of a paranormal activity, I would say. We This is kind of a strange story, but and it's very random. My wife left to go work out last I guess it was Friday, and when she came back 2 hours later to the house, she noticed that the leaf in our table, like the extender in our table, had been inserted in the table in the time that she was gone. And so she came home, and she's like, how in the hell did the table get longer in the time that I was gone? And it was just me and my two kids. Um, one is like 23 and one is 19, and we're like, what are you talking about? Like, nobody put a table extender in while you were gone and then covered that up with a tablecloth and all of this. And she said, no, I'm 100% sure when I left it was much smaller than it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, no, okay, I don't necessarily, whatever. So we started looking at pictures that were taken at Christmas, which was like, a week earlier. And sure enough, there's a picture of the kid sitting at the table with no extender in there. Now, we were out of town for 3 days between the time, so there really wasn't a lot of time for that to get thrown in. And that's not something you forget about,
Mm-hmm.
putting an extender in. So it's kind of like a pain in the ass. So we're all kind of like scratching our heads, like, who in the hell? Like, and we didn't have, we did have some people over for Christmas, but that was not put in there. We're 100% sure. I had COVID and I didn't even come downstairs. My kids certainly are not going to go out of their way to put dig that out of the garage, which, and my wife didn't do it. She would have asked me to do it. So it was just really weird. And so we were kind of freaking out. Kind of another thing that happened is during that period of time, a bird flew in the house. So a bird was flying around and then flew out. And that's when the time that my wife was gone. So she comes back, the bird has flown in, and she notices this. So we're like, what in the hell? What's this weird coincidence of the bird flying in? Now there's an extender. Is there some sort of glitch in the matrix or something going on here? So I actually post on Reddit, in Glitch in the Matrix subreddit, and the thing just kind of goes berserk. People are posting all kinds of theories. There's like 1,000 likes and 300 comments. People, coming up with all these wild theories.
Yeah.
Definitely glitch in the matrix, haunting, this, that, and the other. Are people saying you've got people living in your attic, check your attic, or carbon monoxide. People are all over the place.
Right.
And so we're just kind of like, what in the hell happened here? So we thought, well, maybe somebody came in the house while we were on vacation and some freak put an extender in. We just really didn't know.
They broke in your house and it had guests and they needed more room.
They had a
at the
party
table.
and so it was like, what? But the rational explanations were just as weird as the irrational, like the ghosts and paranormal. So we're kind of like,
Yeah.
we were thinking, okay, there's a glitch in the matrix. There's no other explanation, or a haunting or something like that. And last, I guess it was 2 nights ago, our kids come in the living room while we're watching something, and they're like, we've got a confession. We actually did the gag with the table extender. And we're like, what in the hell? So they admitted doing it. They kind of freaked out when the Reddit thread went berserk, and they're like, oh my God, this has gone too far.
They're like, what do we do?
Like, yeah. So I guess the lesson there was not to jump to conclusions. Like, we kind of just went to the glitch in the matrix theory, and we're kind of all in, when the solution really was the most simple solution, was like somebody in the house did it, even though it was a prank. And we really didn't think it was such a mundane joke. It's like, it was almost like under something they would have tried to do. Like, how exciting is that to put a table leaf in, hope we notice? Like, it's like, that's so lame.
Yeah,
but
totally.
They did it, and we're it was just a weird thing, because it was just like, it kind of blew us out of the water. Like,
but I think that's like an interesting thing, because like I think a lot of activity could happen where like you kind of are just like, maybe I'm tripping on that or whatever, and then like these things keep happening, and then maybe like, I mean, you guys like mentioned it and actually talked about it, but some people would just be like, I must be tripping, right? And then these things kind of like add up. Do you think that that's like how paranormal activity kind of happens at times, or is it like a really big, like they're going to move something when you're right there kind of thing?
Well, I think a lot of times it's the small things that happen, like, something gets moved across the room, or you drop something and you can't find it. And it's just nothing you're going to like, freak out about, but stuff like that starts happening, little things. And it just adds up, and it's like, you start thinking, and is there something paranormal going on here, or whatever. But that's a warning to not jump to the paranormal explanation. Sometimes it's not paranormal, and it's just, kids being stupid. So it kind of was a lesson for us. But there's been a lot of other things that happen that can't be explained. But that was one that could be explained as far as we were concerned.
So what are your experiences with the paranormal? Like, how did you get interested in it?
I've just always been into paranormal ever since I was a kid. I kind of grew up in a haunted house. There were a lot of weird stuff that happened in that house. I actually had an experience, I guess this was in 2008, with my daughter, who was, I guess, 7 at the time. We went over to my dad's house, which I had already moved out, but that's where we grew up. And we were digitizing photos. So we were going over to the house to get photo albums in the basement, and we were going to bring them home and digitize them so we could give them to family and stuff. Since my dad was divorced, and we just wanted everybody to have photos. So it was a Friday night, and my 2 younger brothers were playing football, so everyone was gone. There was nobody in that house. My daughter and I go over to the house. I've got photos here I can share. You can kind of a visual of what the house looks like.
Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
You're fine. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
This is the back of the house. Um, so we came in to the house. So in order to come up to the house, you have to come in the round back. And for me anyway, because he had a hidden key under a grill on the deck up here. So you had to come around, go up the deck, and go in the side door, which would lead you into the kitchen area there.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter and I go into the kitchen. I think I have pictures of that too. Yeah, there's the kitchen. You walk into this area. And then down here is the basement. You walk down to the basement here.
Basements are
There's the
creepy,
stair.
anyways. I feel like
They are, and this one in particular has just always been creepy. But you walk down the basement here. There's the light switch, and I think that's it for the pictures of that we took. We took this during a paranormal investigation about a year later. Some of these pictures. There's like an orb picture I'll show you. So my daughter and I walk down the stairs, flip on the light, and I mean nothing. We didn't have any weird feelings or anything. I'm going through the photo albums down there. She's just standing right by me. She's not wandering away or doing anything. And suddenly we start hearing a music box go off that's on the fireplace mantle. It just starts going off by itself. Now, nobody's been there. My dad and brothers were gone for a long time. My daughter was too short to even mess with this thing on the mantle. Let me see if I got it. There it is, which is creepy enough. So this is on top of the fireplace mantle, and this is the music box thing that just started playing on its own.
Oh yeah, that's creepy.
And we're like, yeah, but I didn't think, oh, this is paranormal. I just thought that's kind of freaking weird. And then it stopped. And so I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then as I'm shutting the cabinet to walk by again, it starts going off again. And I'm just like, Lexi, let's get out of here. This is, it's getting kind of weird. I didn't want to freak her out, but I'm just thinking this is strange.
Mm-hmm.
So I turn off the light. We go up the stairs, go back to the kitchen, lock the side door, and come down the stairs for the deck. And the lights are all on again. So
oh my gosh, that's weird.
When I am 100% sure I had shut the lights off when I came up the stairs, the lights were off and the music box was playing, and it's just like, okay, that's freaking weird. So it's one of those things that could have just been a music box that was gonna go off by itself anyway. I don't know, but the lights combined with the music box and the fact that house has always given us weird feelings, it just kind of, that's one of the situations I was talking about with paranormal. You can't really define it or measure it sometimes. It's just the whole experience added
like
together.
The hairs on the back of your neck stand up and
right
stuff.
But scientifically, or like, could I prove it in court that that's some sort of paranormal activity? Absolutely not. It could have been a light switch that was halfway in just flipped up on its own, certainly. But when you're there, you just kind of get that feeling that something's off. And that's kind of what we kind of felt there. So that was one of the experiences we had. Then I think so we did a paranormal investigation at that house before my dad sold it, and we took a bunch of pictures, and this is one of them. Yeah, there's another image of that on the mantle, which is creepy. So we did like some pictures around the house, and in this picture, there's like what could be conceived as an orb right here. And I think I zoom in on it in one of these. Yeah. So I don't know, what everyone thinks about orbs. I mean, they could be dust or, some sort of, camera remnant or something like that. But some people think that they're paranormal, signs or spirits or something. Yeah, I think that was it for the pictures.
So, like, what does a paranormal investigation entail?
For that investigation, we just wanted to kind of walk around. I think we were with someone who kind of did this paranormal investigating, and that was before I was kind of into this big time. But I think she had like a dowsing rod, was doing dowsing rods, asking questions and those sorts of things. We didn't have like, fancy equipment or any like, anything like that. She was just it was a very low tech, kind of walking around, just taking pictures kind of thing.
And Eric, is that what you do? Is like more investigating stuff like that, or like
I would say I usually just kind of do like casual ghost hunting pretty much. I have a EMF meter. I have this app called Necrophonic, which I've been told by a lot of investigators that it actually works. I'm not 100% on it, but um, I do use that. And then sometimes I bring an object that if like maybe a ghost could like interact with like a ball or something. Like it'd be cool if like it could move on its own and I could film that. So
Yeah, so
that's
you just basically like give them a medium or like a way
Yeah.
of communicating.
Yeah, I guess some people use like pencils and stuff. I just feel like it's more practical to use. Yeah, I just use an inflatable ball.
And so how did you get interested in paranormal activity and stuff?
um, I guess it's kind of like a social thing. I don't know. It's it's fun being different than everybody else and doing such a unique, being involved in such a unique topic. You know, it's really interesting, and you never know what kind of weird things you're gonna stumble upon as well.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
um, I did like grow up in a haunted house, so I've always been like kind of familiar with the paranormal and stuff. And there's definitely like more to what we know. So
Yeah, for sure. And like uh Dan, maybe I could ask you this question. You know how like there is parallel universes in like whatever that theory is of like other worlds. Is that string theory? I don't know if that's string theory.
Multiverse theory.
Mhm.
Yeah. Would you say that like maybe paranormal is something like the worlds are kind of like interacting with each other, or like, because I don't know, you don't believe in paranormal activity, do you?
um,
I don't believe in anything. I'm interested in it though.
Mhm.
You don't believe in anything at all?
No,
Well, like
I do
mean,
know of people that have stories about it that are completely convincing, and I can't argue with them about it. Like I
Mhm.
know somebody that had a poltergeist type thing at their house. They woke up and their kid was in the middle of the kitchen with their bed made, tucked in,
oh
and
my
all this
gosh,
crap out of their cabinets.
that's
You
creepy.
explain that, and she was like 3 or 4 years old.
That's super scary.
They had exorcists out at the house. So I don't completely poo-poo on it. I just don't. I just take the I don't know route.
Yeah, totally. Well, how do you feel about like Bigfoot and stuff?
No idea. I know. I mean, it's the same thing. It could be a real mammal that exists. I'm just waiting to see if we ever find it.
Yeah. Um.
I apologize.
Okay,
I'm stuffing my face.
so you're good. Yeah, go for it. So Eric, you on your channel, like I didn't watch like all your videos, but I did watch one where like you said you like to bring in objects, and I believe it was like a ball or um a balloon or something like that. Maybe you could tell us
yeah,
more about that.
it's
Like
just an
how,
inflatable
what
ball
have you
from the ground.
experienced yourself?
So I'm sorry, I talked over you there. What were you saying?
No, you're good. You're good.
So, so you're asking what kind of experiences I've had?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
With the
yeah.
objects you implement.
Yeah.
So I guess I should probably start off with like the thing that really got me into Ghost in the first place. So
Yeah.
at my old house, I know I had like one experience, one major experience. Like everybody else in the house has always had things, but it wasn't until later that I actually like saw something that I'll never be able to explain. So this was actually right next to the Bedford house that I made that YouTube video at. Um, so I was like trying to uh, sleep on the bed in there. And I look into a mirror, and there's a silhouette of like a little boy, probably like I would say 4'8" or something. I don't know. It looked a lot like my little brother, but um, he was like completely asleep on the other side of the house, so there's no way he was the one making the shadow. It was like, of course,
Mm-hmm.
walking towards me in the mirror. So that's absolutely terrifying. And Yeah, I really have no explanation to what would have caused that. It couldn't have been my brother. It couldn't have been my imagination. I don't think either. So uh,
Hmm.
there was also several other people that said they seen the exact same apparition. My mother said she saw like the silhouette of a little boy in our basement in the same house, and she like looked around in there to make sure it was my brother as well. She's like, "Hey, Matthew, what are you doing in the basement? It's completely dark down there." So she like went searching down there, didn't find anything, and this was another situation. My brother was like nowhere near where the shadow was casted, and then on my brother's birthday, when he was like, I don't know, maybe his fifth birthday or something, there was four people that were sitting on that couch in the living room, and then this the same shadow just like appeared out of thin air. There's nothing that was casting it, and there was four people staring directly at it with no explanation as to what was causing it. And they all like
Hmm.
started talking about it, like, "How what's causing this?" My uncle was there,
Yeah.
my aunt was there. I know my mother was also there, so I don't know what else was. I think my grandma was.
Do
Yeah,
you
there's
know if
just
like anybody lived in that house like before that was like, or
was told it was just two old people that lived there, and then they moved somewhere else. Then nobody really died in the house, as far as we know. So maybe
Mhm.
the property's haunted. Who knows? Maybe it was like some kind of Native American land, or maybe there was a house nearby that had a tragedy. Not really
Mhm.
sure.
I'm always fascinated by like, if like shadow people or ghosts or whatever, it's like are they like the souls of people who have died, I wonder, or are they just remnants of like, like after a fire's gone, you have smoke floating around. Is that what these things are? Like it's kind of disturbing to think that if people pass away, like you're forever going to be roaming around some ugly house or something, Uh that's kind of a disturbing thought, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, maybe, or maybe it's comforting a little bit, I guess, like
I mean,
because
as long
you're
as they have
still
the freedom
there.
to
But
go elsewhere, but it's like if you're like just constantly walking up and down a hallway for forever, it's kind of jarring.
yeah,
That's the
totally.
lore on Poltergeist, though.
Mm,
They eventually torture themselves,
yeah.
become disconnected, and get angry.
Oh, that's creepy.
You guys get into demonology or anything like that?
No, but I feel like I've seen like the dark side. Like I think I've seen like demon possession because um, like have you ever just like seen somebody's eyes like and they're totally go black? You know, I
Hmm.
don't know, and it's like their whole like aura changes, and it's I don't know. I think it's a weird experience. So that's kind of like what made me like believe in that kind of stuff in general. Like my sister's friend had she lived in like a haunted house. They used to call him Uncle Hootie, and like
Hmm.
just like coins and stuff would get like thrown across like the living room when like nobody was there to throw them and stuff.
Hmm.
And so like it was just like he wasn't like an angry ghost, I guess. He
Hmm.
was like chill, like he didn't cause like problems to them, but he definitely like made his presence known, I would say. But then like as an adult, like I'm like maybe that was just like mice or something in the walls, you know. But like uh also I feel like if you are inviting that kind of stuff in, that it will come in, you know, like evil spirits. But then
Hmm.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure about that, you know.
That's why I don't play any of the tarot and Ouija and all that stuff. I'm a skeptic, but I don't tempt fate. If it is real, I don't want to be a part of it. We had something at my house was built in like the 1880s, 1890s.
Mm.
And when my son, he started talking when he was about 6 months old. And we had, we put him in his room, set it up, nerfed it up so he didn't hurt himself. And I think Bailey and I were sitting in the other room doing something, and you could hear him counting. He didn't know how to count.
Mm.
And he was
Okay.
counting a dice that was like a foam dice that was on the floor. And then he would giggle, do it again, and backwards even, and he would clap.
Oh my
But if
gosh.
you tried to get him to go in there and he'd giggle and clap, you try to you go in there and talk to him, he'd act like nothing was going on and couldn't count, like he couldn't do it. It was
That's
really
super
nuts.
weird.
That
It
is weird.
was. My old lady thinks that house is haunted. I've I've never seen anything.
And it seems like I've heard, it seems like there's a theme with younger children having connections with things that maybe adults can't see. Like maybe they're
Mhm.
more open-minded to seeing things, and that once you get to a certain age or development level, that drops off or something. It's really interesting.
It was pretty nutty because I'm pretty skeptical on that stuff, and
Yeah.
I still can't explain it.
Yeah, that's super weird. Anything that like I think you're right that kids would be like more perceptive to like seeing that or like because there's like a kind of like fine line between make believe and reality for kids, you know?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I think they
Mhm.
just take stuff like unquestioningly. Yeah.
Yeah,
They just take
there were
stuff as it
more
comes.
incidents of things like that, but that was the one that sticks out the most. He would talk to, he would show his books to something that wasn't there. He never had an imaginary friend. He never named who it was
Hmm.
or anything, but you'd hear him trying to, he couldn't have a conversation back then, but you'd hear him how he shows you things. He would do that with somebody that wasn't even there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Could he have just been
Or maybe they were
pretending?
there.
Yeah. Could have been there. Could have been. But whatever it was, if it was real,
Yeah.
it was nice. It was nice to him. It's never bothered me,
Yeah.
and it didn't bother the dogs.
And then Eric, oh, that's like, I think that like something the animals definitely like perceive stuff that we don't. So maybe they just quieted your dog up. No, I'm just kidding. Did you see Mar said she's gonna haunt you if she haunts and if she dies and she's haunting someone, it's gonna be you,
Yeah,
Dan.
there you go.
I've had a couple people tell
Watch
me
it.
that, and I haven't been haunted yet. I'll try to remember to keep my
Well, have
mind
they
open.
died yet?
Some of them, yeah. One of those joke
Oh, that's
pacts
a
you
good
make.
point, Hiawatha.
If I die before you, I'm gonna come back and do something to make sure you know.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I gotta fix my
What?
mic. Zero says my mic sounds bad. I'm
Oh,
gonna mute for a second.
that sounds fine. But like that's a good point, Hiawatha. They said that there's we only see like I don't know if it's 0.35 or 35% of the light spectrum. So it's hard to tell what we don't think. I think that's definitely true. Like we don't see everything by any means. Oh, there's Dan. Oh, sorry.
You're all good.
I think it's funny because
Hopefully it's better.
whenever somebody comes in and I add and you add, we like take them in out and out. It's funny. So Eric, you were talking about like more of the animal side or something. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, sure. So, I'm like going to college for hopefully to become a DNR officer. I'm doing environmental science, so it's always been an interest of mine, working with wildlife, and now I'm focusing on like what kind of weird animals we should conserve or don't really know about. So,
Uh-huh.
um, want me to just like get into a little bit of like the uh, cryptid like Sasquatch or
Yeah, whatever like you like are passionate about or whatever interests you, that I want to hear about it.
yeah. I feel like I should start off of like some of the lower species that like aren't really as significant, but they're like still really interesting that they come into the state from time to time.
Okay.
So, so I've been recently reading it about a few sightings of fishers, which are they're kind of like minks. I think they're mostly aquatic and they're found in Canada, but I have seen a sighting of a fisher in northern Indiana. There was also a porcupine. It was at like I think some place called something Ridge. I don't remember what it's called. There's a porcupine in Whitley County. I'm pretty sure that's where it was.
Oh, well, that's unusual. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of Canadian wildlife somehow coming to Indiana, and then
Hmm.
I think I've heard like maybe more than one wolverine sighting in northern Indiana. I doubt they'll ever come like down south, but
Mhm.
it's pretty interesting to hear about species like that. So, um,
So what's your
uh,
theory on how those get there?
I guess they're just dispersing. Maybe there's enough population that they're able to feel like they're uh, need more space or something. So they disperse down south in search of more territory and maybe more food or something.
Hmm.
But many of these animals will go out of their way to avoid people, though. Besides porcupines, I don't think porcupines are that avoided towards people. But I know fishers and wolverines, they both like intentionally find areas that have as little human activity as possible. So it's interesting that they would appear in Indiana. I guess northern Indiana has a much lower population than southern Indiana, so kind of makes sense that they would maybe end up there sometimes.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, and we've had black bears kind of in southern Indiana here lately. The past few years, there've been black bears spotted crossing, which is highly unusual normally.
What kind of
yeah,
predators do you guys have there?
um, there's probably a bunch of pumas running around. I recently worked on a map of
Mm.
panther sightings in the state, and I found 200 of them just by like scrolling through comments and stuff.
That's
So
crazy.
it looks like there's like 7 sightings per year average. So I definitely think there's some around here. Um, Seems like Terre Haute has the most, which I don't know if that has anything to do with the Center Point Exotic Feline Rescue Center, but
Mm.
um, yeah, I'd say there's definitely pumas in the eastern United States, even though they have been labeled as extinct. So the most recent sighting I've heard about was in July of 2024. But and, what else was I going to say? Uh,
The funny thing is, like, if there are like breeding populations of these things, that makes you wonder about, people say, Sasquatch or Bigfoot, that they can't be out there because no one sees them all the time, and it makes you wonder, like, if there's small populations, it's possible that they could be in, very heavily wooded areas and just kind of intelligent enough to steer clear of humans.
Well,
If there are all
and
these
like,
big cats out there, and if you see a few, there's many more out there that aren't being seen. So it's like if they're staying clear of people, an intelligent primate may be able to pull that off as well.
there's
You're in
319.
Indiana as well, Eric.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess I have to look into it. Have you looked up any predator deer attack or anything like that? Any evidence that there are predators available out in the area? I can't see them not spreading out this way. I'm waiting for wolves to come out this way.
There actually was a wolf in 2003 that was shot in let me see which county it was. It was I think it started with a
Uh,
K. I'm not even sure what county it was, but it was like
Kosciuszko.
yeah, Kosciuszko. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I wonder. And the only thing that makes me skeptical on that is I know a couple people that have pet wolves. Why I don't know. Well, there's somebody let
Yeah,
one out or it got out. There's
Hmm.
wolf husky breeds out here
Yeah.
that people buy.
they
But
said this one specifically was from Wisconsin, actually. So it
oh, it's tracked.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's
Okay, so
scary.
it's
so
That's
definitely, yeah.
just
scary.
insane. Traveled 400
Oof.
miles into Indiana. So
Yeah, they
that
do.
shows
People
pretty
don't
bad.
know what it's like to live around wolves anymore.
dude,
Yeah.
pack hunters are scary.
Yeah, they're.
Apparently, they've probably made it to Ohio as well, since there's quail wolf
Oh
hybrids.
yeah. We have
Yeah.
40 minutes from my house, and I live not too far from Fort Wayne over in Ohio. There's the lynx, which I didn't
Hmm.
know about, and it made me want to move.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
probably bobcats. But
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy with wolves, especially out west with ranchers and everything. Like, they're not huge fans of like reintroducing wolves because they have such an impact on they
Well, we
claim
had
on
to
their herd.
exterminate them.
Right.
Also, they used to kill. What is it? Joe Rogan and somebody I listened to a long time ago talked about during World War One. There was a ceasefire on Christmas in France, I believe,
Hmm.
because the wolves were killing more soldiers than the soldiers were. So both sides stopped fighting to start killing the wolves.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't heard that.
Like they're savages.
Hmm.
that's a predator that was kind of nice that it was somewhat gone. But we
Yeah,
probably
totally.
need them out here. We don't hunt enough to regulate the deer population, so they need something out here.
Yeah, I kind of think nature kind of takes care of itself. If there's enough food out there,
Yeah.
then they'll reproduce and be successful. And if that's not the case, then they just will go elsewhere, and then things kind of balance out. I
Well,
think.
but they don't, because like the farmers will definitely kill like the wolves and
Mhm.
stuff. And like, so like they reintroduced wolves into like Oregon, and then like then they track them and stuff, and like you're not allowed to like kill them, but
Right.
I don't know. We think we can like mess with one thing and it's just gonna like mess with that one thing, but it has like a ripple effect on everything.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one thing they think
Hawaii's the best
they're doing.
example.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just look into not without Hawaii having predators. Just look into what they've done with pigs and chickens and the axis deer. They just run rampant, destroy everything.
Yeah, I am from Southern Indiana. Yeah, I kind of focus.
Indianians.
We're
What
we're
do you guys?
Hoosiers. We're
What do you
Hoosiers,
call?
which no one knows where that came from. But yeah,
They're like, who's your daddy?
you're right. That's what they thought is like back in the day. People used to, strangers would knock on people's doors and they'd say, "Who's there?" Like, who's there, or something like that. But that's not official. But I don't know. No one knows.
We'll go with that one. That sounds good.
Yeah, they call
Probably.
people from Ohio Ohioans or Buckeye nuts. We have the same state bird too. That's the weird part. I'm born in Indiana, raised in Ohio, opposed to cardinals.
Seems like there are
Same
enough
state.
birds that they could have come up with their own, or whoever was the last one.
Yeah,
But
definitely could
Might
have.
have just to add that bald eagles suck, and they're such a letdown.
What, you just went to robot
Should have
mode?
had the red-tailed hawk, the national bird. Oh,
Uh-oh.
No, he left because I told him he went to robot mode.
Oh, okay.
So if he exits out and come back in,
He comes back in. Okay.
yeah,
did that fix it?
yeah, you're better.
Okay. Yeah, say
No robots allowed.
they're animals because they're kind of scavenging weirdos that aren't cool. The red-tailed hawk is pretty awesome, which is what they use for the eagle's screech.
What?
Am I cutting
That's
out
what,
again?
no, but that's what they use for the eagle screech. I don't know.
Yeah, the eagle screech that you hear on TV and movies is not
Mm-hmm.
an eagle. They sound like a dumb bird, like the regular bird. And that screeching noise that they play for the bald eagles is a red-tailed hawk.
That sounds glorious.
We've been lied to all of our lives.
That should be the national bird. Yes. You go on YouTube and look that up. It's really not impressive, and they're dumb. We've got a bunch of them out where I live, and they stand out in the road and eat roadkill.
But they're pretty.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
That or the national bird should have been the turkey vulture. They're scary looking.
Those are disturbing. Yes. They're like as tall as small people. I've seen them like gathered in the middle of the road before, and it's like, what in the world?
They're dinosaurs, dude.
And you can hear their wings flap when they fly away.
Yeah, it's disturbing. It makes you wonder, because have you ever heard of the cryptid? I'm sure Eric has the Thunderbirds. That's a big thing in Illinois. There's a lot of Thunderbird
Oh my gosh,
sightings.
they are big. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder if like maybe some of those Thunderbird sightings are like turkey vultures or something like that.
Yeah,
I think most of the bald eagle sightings people have are turkey vultures. I've made that mistake before.
There actually used to be a giant species of I think it was like pretty much a giant vulture called a teratorn. Might have been Argentavis as well. I think it might go by two names. Yeah, Argentavis. And that's what many people believe that Thunderbirds could be. It's pretty interesting.
Eloise says the cardinal is the bird of Tennessee also. Man, we are in the Midwest. We are some We're original.
We're not very
out here.
creative, are we?
No.
I mean, okay.
I thought you said
Somebody should
Lewis.
throw the Blue Jay in there. What? Louis, Eloise.
Nothing. I'm sorry. I'm shut my mouth.
From 4chan, bro.
Well, it makes you wonder if like all of these cryptids, like if there's some sort of element of like, Eric was saying, maybe there's not some sort of mythical creature, but maybe there was something that maybe has since died out or is extremely rare that is, not necessarily paranormal, but just very rare or maybe extinct now.
Here's a non-cryptid one. What do you guys make of the thylacine? Is it extinct or not?
What?
I mean, if there's pumas that can evade capture and being filmed in Indiana, I think it's possible for something like that to avoid in Australia. They have a decent lifespan of up to 8 years, and they have like up to 3 cubs. So, like, I think that might be enough fecundity and enough lifespan for something to survive. And
Do you know about the thylacine fishy?
No, how do you spell it?
Tasmanian tiger. Just search for Tasmanian
Oh.
tiger. They're the ones that could open their mouth like a snake, like past
What?
90 degrees.
That's
Yeah, they're a scary looking
What?
dog thing, and they're marsupial. And
Yeah, they're a weird looking creature.
we took the last one and put it in a zoo and treated it like
Yeah.
crap until it died.
There's like that famous image of the last, I think it's the one on the right there, that last image of a Tasmanian tiger.
I would love for them to be alive for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought they were killing people and taking children and stuff, and it turns out they weren't. They're just
Whoops.
scary looking.
Yeah.
They're not that scary looking. Like they're
I
kind of
mean,
cool.
yeah, I mean.
Oh,
like,
wait till they
movie.
open their mouth, though. Imagine a coyote with this mouth
right
opens
there.
up big enough to swallow your head.
It is a
That is
big
kind of
mouth.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. But they think those still exist. There's reported sightings in, was it New Zealand still? Or I guess Tasmania.
Oh, they're kind of cute. That's
Yeah,
gross.
when the dodo bird. That's another one. I haven't heard of any sightings of it, but it's sad that they just got rid of that. I often wonder how many birds domestic cats have eradicated that we never even knew about.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
But aren't birds not real anyways?
No, Australia's not real. Birds, I think, are real. Or are they
No,
drones?
haven't you ever seen that like conspiracy or like that guy that
No.
They
birds
just
aren't real?
recharge on telephone poles.
Right.
I mean, they really are making those. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen so many people say recently that dinosaurs aren't real, and I'm just like, oh my
Thank
gosh.
you, Eric DeBay and Young Earth Creationist folk.
Yeah, I can tell you the dinosaurs are definitely real. Oh, God.
see, these
people
ones
who
they
say
made
this,
out of
what-
taxidermy.
But man, they're all plaster casts in the Smithsonian, man.
That's what it is.
They don't show you the real bones, even though they're not bones. They're replaced with calcium and other minerals.
Yeah.
They also
I was-
don't believe atom bombs are real either. Same
Well, how'd
people
they film it?
brought-
Isn't that what you said? That, like,
Right.
how'd they
that was the joke I made the other night. That's from a B.O.B. song. How do you film an atomic bomb without destroying the camera? Easy, you put a barricade up and the shockwave doesn't destroy it. That's the answer.
Well,
I love that alternate history stuff.
Does
I'm
anybody
interested how people
wanna come
come
up
up with
here
these things. Yeah.
that has good paranormal stories? I want to hear what happened to you. If anybody wants to. Continue, sorry.
Somebody in the chat, Dan, had mentioned that you had some sort of Mandela effect story.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to mention that back.
Yep, I saved it. I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, I'd never connected that story to the Mandela effect, but it was weird.
Mhm.
I had a wrestling coach in high school who was an Army Ranger. His name was Clint. Is Clint. I want to say I moved back here in 2020 from Toledo, and I was told a couple years prior to that he was dead. Died. People I knew went to his funeral. Good friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a long story short. My fiance and I went to the Mexican restaurant in town, and there he was.
What?
Yeah, and I hugged him. Like, I was almost in tears. I was like, I was told you were dead. There's another Clint with the same name in my town. He's not dead either. That's the only two. Small town, and I talked to the same people that told me that, and they said they remembered going to his funeral, and it was sad, and his daughters were there and all that. It never happened.
Wow.
It was nutty. It's still
Like, how do you
nutty.
imagine a funeral? Like, that's kind of like a
Right.
Yeah,
weird
I mean you don't.
weird thing.
That's your CERN or your opening parallel. I have no idea. That's the most bizarre thing that I've ever had happen to me.
That's really strange. And it makes you wonder. I mean, you kind of go there like, how do you remember something that didn't happen? Is there a time slip, or is there multiple, parallel universes or something? Or
Yeah, we're all
are we
glitched in the Matrix.
glitched in the Matrix? It's same with deja vu. Like, we've all had deja vu, and it's like, how do you explain that when you've done something before, and like,
You
you start
have
playing that
those
out.
things
It's like,
where you have a dream or you know that you did something, then you're doing it and you know exactly what's gonna like what somebody's gonna
Like deja
say.
vu.
Yeah. That's what
Mhm.
he was mentioning. That's nutty. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
it's
some
really
of that
strange.
stuff I was looking into with the remote viewing and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's cool too.
Maybe we're in a simulation, and these things just like like the memory of the simulation computer that we're in, like, glitched for a second, and like, oh, go back,
Yeah,
and we'd never
totally.
know.
We all have different restart points or something.
Yeah,
Weird.
I mean, it's hard to explain.
The Berenstain Bears now, that one always gets me because I remember
Wait,
being told in like second grade that that's Steen.
that what?
Yeah,
Like if you look up the Berenstein, the whole Mandela effect with that is that it's Stain now with an A, and a lot of us remember it being Berenstein Bears, the old books for kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's nutty. Or the Fruit of the Loom, that's the other big one that people get into, having the cornucopia or not. Do you
and
remember the?
here's yes,
Do you
I've
remember
got I'm
that?
on a let's see if I can share that. There we go. Yeah, these are some of the Mandela effects. The
Or
Berenstain Bears.
Why
Pikachu's
would it be
tail?
Bear stain? That sounds
It doesn't.
dumb.
It
That's like
doesn't
not
make sense
right.
at all.
It doesn't
It's
make
like,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Pikachu's black tip tail.
I remember that.
Mickey Mouse.
I
The Mickey
I
Mouse
have
suspenders
cartoons.
one. I don't know.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Can any of you finish that quote?
Mirror, mirror, who is
It's,
on the wall? Who's the fairest of them
all
all?
right. What if I told you it's magic mirror on the wall, not
No,
mirror,
both.
mirror?
That's just
There's
That would
even Snoop Dogg lyrics with mirror, mirror on the wall and la di da di. It's a weird one.
those are lies.
Or
If I am someone's sim character, they need to
life
get their
is
shit
like
together.
a box of chocolates, and life was like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
Or Luke, I am your father, and it's no, I am your father. There's a bunch of them. There's whole
And
movie
how does
quotes with that.
Curious George not have a tail? Okay.
Yep. The Mandela effect is either some
And then you've got the
crazy
Fruit of the
psyop
Loom.
that the internet has done, because I don't have any of the Berenstein Bears books.
No. This is one, the Fruit of the Loom. I
Yeah, the
dig
Fruit of the
it
Loom one screws me up.
because I'm almost positive I've seen this with the
I am
cornucopia in there,
too.
but they say it's not.
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh, C3PO being gold, he's silver
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so weird.
No, they're trying to say he is silver, or
Well, he is silver in a lot of it.
well, maybe it's just a reflection of the sand or something.
No, it's just we all have different recollection.
Right.
Which it could be some sort of like mass hysteria group hypnosis where they change your memories, because that is something Amazon was looking into, if you guys aren't aware.
Changing our memories?
Yeah, making it to where you could forget movies so that you could re-experience them a second time for the first time. And that's something like you can look into, and they've
Oh my God.
actually been working on that.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Dan, Zero's your father. You must call him daddy now.
I do. I always do.
You always do.
Thanks,
No,
Daddy.
you're the Discord daddy. Oh, Dad's here. Everybody needs to stop messing around. Hmm. Just kidding. You're
777
the fun
question. I
guy.
didn't see the fun guy. Like a mushroom.
Yeah.
What was your 777 question, Miranda? I don't know if I saw it.
Yeah, I don't
missed
think
that
I
one.
saw it either. Ask it again.
I'm scrolling back. I don't see it.
Sorry, I just breathed so loud.
Yeah, I
try
didn't
not to
mean
go
to
into.
derail the thing off Ghost. I don't know that much about it. I was going to ask you, Eric, about some of your equipment and how EMF works, or if it's even a viable way to quantify that type of energy, or if you know.
I'm actually not really sure how EMF works. I know it just like identifies kind of like electricity or something. That shouldn't be there. So uh, no, that's how that works. I think necrophonic just like takes in like radio transmissions and stuff to try and receive like weird vocals and stuff that may translate to something.
Yeah, I think
I don't
EMF
know.
doesn't it detect like fluctuations in the
Yes,
electric
and
fields or something? It's not really.
outlets can
Yeah,
mess
I'm
like
with
definitely
it.
not a ghost hunter.
Things
I'm
like
just
that.
an amateur.
No,
yeah,
that's
and
okay.
I'm not either. I'm very curious about this stuff. I'm not an expert on ghost hunting and that sort of thing, but I'm almost a skeptic. Not as much as I don't maybe I don't not Dan level, but I like to like try to find every other excuse for something happening versus jumping to the paranormal route. But sometimes that's where you end up sometimes. But
I'll preface my being coined a skeptic with I just go off the scientific method for everything.
Yeah.
Not Fauci Ouchie's the science, but the
Right.
actual hypothesis, observation, theory.
You sound like
That's
you're
it.
open-minded about things. That's
Very much so.
yeah.
I've been on the psychedelic stuff. I've seen some things I can't explain.
Has anybody ever used a spirit? Eric, have you used a spirit box before? Ever dealt with those?
Yeah, I've kind of interacted with them a little bit. I try to avoid like any kind of demonic activity and stuff, like Ouija boards and stuff. I don't ever
Mhm.
want to like get cursed or something. So I think EVP is like sort of similar to that. But
Mhm.
I did use a spirit box at Whispers Estate. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have heard of that place. It's said to be one of the most haunted places in the world and was ranked number 4 in the most haunted places in 2010. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
interesting. But yeah, that's I filmed a ball move on its own there, and that's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. And the fact that I was able to film it and prove that I wasn't just imagining it, it's just really interesting. But
Oh wow.
yeah,
See, I think the law of conservation of mass and energy tells you that. I mean, it's plausible in a certain way. Your energy doesn't ever go away. So I don't see why it couldn't be somewhat imprinted on things.
yeah. Sometimes sound
Mhm.
waves can actually move objects, though. You have to associate with that too as well. If the waves are like strong enough, if they like maybe bouncing off a wall or something. So
I would like to see one of you guys look at ELF with a ghost hunt because I feel like that might be a way to go. I don't know if you guys know what ELF is.
I don't know
Extremely
what
low
ELF is.
frequency sound waves, like how elephants communicate.
Mm,
I
Oh
wonder
yeah,
if that would yield any result. I don't know if anybody's
that's
ever done
interesting.
it.
No, but I'm. It's very interesting. Like there's a paranormal investigator in the area I live in. Her name is Joni Mahan. She writes a lot of books and does paranormal investigations, but she claims she's a clairaudient. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Instead of
Like you have
clairvoyant.
clairvoyance, who people who kind of see the other side, clairaudience hear the other side. So she claims that she can hear tones, and basically the tones get her in tune with the paranormal on the other side. So I think there is something to, you know, being able to, have some sort of audio frequency, maybe tap into something. That's what she would say anyway.
What was her name? I'm gonna put
Joni
that in my notes.
Mahan. She does. She's out of New Harmony, Indiana, which is a really interesting little town in southern Indiana. It used to be it was developed as like a commune, like um, what's the word? Like a bunch of pacifists created this commune, a lot of religious people, but she claims that most of the buildings in this little town are haunted. So she writes books about, her experiences there. Pretty interesting.
So Miranda's question regarding 777. So what about coincidences like a person dies on 7/7 at 7:55 p.m. and afterwards you suddenly see a 7/7 or 7/7? I never remember this when I'm talking to people, but there's a psychological phenomena associated with things like that. One, if it persists and keeps going, it can be a sign of chronic depression or severe depression. Two, think about if you go out and buy a Jeep or let's say a Chevy Equinox, then you have the same phenomenon where you'll start seeing Chevy Equinoxes everywhere.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but there's an actual term for that. But it can get into the extreme parts. Oh, did we lose Eric? It can
Oh, did
get
he
into
drop
the
out?
extreme.
Yeah.
Where I had a friend who was in the military and a friend died of his, and then he saw 9/11 on everything. He ended up having to get on antipsychotics and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my
It took him
gosh.
years to get some sort of severe depression. But he remedied it.
Yeah. I think there's
Borderline psychosis.
a little bit of that where you say, like, if you notice it, then you start noticing, like, you start waking up at a certain time or something and you notice it's 11:11 or something. It just sticks in your head versus some random time. Always back. This reminds me of, I have a 666 story. I got a license plate for my car. This was, I guess, it was a teenager, and the license plate they gave me ended in 6666, and the person at the driver's branch said, "Well, this has been returned. This plate has been returned 3 times. You don't want this one, do you?" And stupid ass me, I'm like, actually, that's actually kind of a cool. I kind of want that, just to be stupid. So I actually put that on my car, and thinking, I didn't think, anything would happen, but they said it would have been brought back 3 times, so which was kind of strange. And within 1 week, I had 2 grandparents go into the hospital. One had a stroke and one had a heart attack. I ran over a fork that flattened 2 of my tires, which were like very expensive at the time. Let's see what else happened. I had engine trouble. Something. There was so much that happened in such a short period of time after I got this plate. I actually brought it back. I was the 4th one to bring it back. I said, I don't know if there's anything to the 6666, but you can have it back. So I don't know if there's anything to numerology.
I'll say gematria. People mistake that for like using English letters or numbers because a lot of it's Hebrew, and Hebrew letters and numbers are the same thing. That's the 666, and then what's the other one? Is that Aramaic? That's Revelation, where that comes from.
Might have been just a strange coincidence, but I don't want to play that game, so I took it back. It's like when people started being hospitalized and stuff, it's like, I don't want to be responsible for that shit.
You go to Walmart and ring something out, 666. Come on. I always add stuff to it if they do that. I'll grab a candy bar or something. I'm not even superstitious. I just don't want it.
That's superstitious, Dan.
Let's see if my alarm screwed up the audio.
Well, there he goes.
It'd be my turn to drop out here soon.
Yeah. Well, we got an hour, so that's good.
Sorry about that. My alarm went off. Time to wake up. Site 333 had. Oh, Eric's in here.
Yeah, he came back.
Patoka Lake Modern Campground had an apparition in a photo. Is that what's in the private chat?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
There's a
shared that.
link
I
in
think
there. I can't share anything, just so
I
you
can.
guys know.
Oh,
Full
I'm
on it.
disclosure.
you got it? Okay.
No, I was just letting you know I can't.
I wasn't checking the private chat.
yeah, I noticed everybody in the chat was like saying 333 and stuff.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh yeah, I thought that
Interesting.
was a pretty interesting thing.
Oh,
So
it
it
wants me to
was
log
just a
in.
great way of talking to people.
Can you do it, Matt? Sorry.
Yeah, let me load this up.
I've been getting heavily into checking out remote viewing and altered states of consciousness, and not even through, conspiratorial means, just declassified research from the CIA and things like that. It's been pretty neat.
Well, I think conspiracy, like you say conspiratorial means, but conspiracy theories, like
Well, you know
that
what
is
I mean,
just
like,
a trigger word to like discredit
yes,
people.
I
It's like
know that.
most conspiracy theories are actually like real. Like to some extent, you know.
I'm talking like David Icke or somebody who's grifting off it. I tried to go to the most scientific means I could, and they don't have good explanations. Even Grok doesn't dispel a lot of it.
Even Grok, I can't believe it.
Or ChatGPT.
There's the link you sent, Eric. This is you
Yeah.
at the
So
site 333.
if you look between the guy in the red shirt, can you maybe zoom in on that? The guy in the red shirt and the other guy that's like wearing his like teal hoodie. What looks like the silhouette of a person is coming out of the door of the camper
Oh,
there.
I see what you're talking about.
This was I was able to get like an exact location, site 333 at Patoka Lake Modern Campground, and this is probably one of the most interesting ghost photos I've ever seen. So it really does look like there's a shape of a person, and like it's transparent too. So um, I don't think it's like motion blur or anything. So um, I just
And
like
so, do you have a
posted
picture of like after that, like without that blur there?
No, I didn't.
No.
This was sent to me by a person whenever I was messaging. I just go to like random Facebook groups for communities and see what kind of paranormal happenings are nearby. So
Oh,
Are
okay.
we
this
looking
is
in
what
the
I was.
fire?
I
What
think
was that?
Where's
this right here is what you're talking about, Eric. Coming out the door.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
can't
the
see
It's
door
kind of
that.
like the
there.
face and maybe an
Yeah.
arm, but there was
Oh
nobody here.
wow. Oh wow.
Yeah, you literally looks like you could see hair and like maybe
Yeah,
it's wearing
like
a hoodie. Yeah. But you could like
creepy,
see
and it
the
almost looks like
the
somebody's
thing on
arm
it.
help
Yeah.
helping them out get. They have like they grab the side of the
Yeah. I looked into the
camper
like the
to get out.
person that sent me this, and I don't think they have any like photoshopping knowledge or anything. Seems like a pretty normal person, so uh there's like no reason to believe that this is fake as far as I know. So it's pretty interesting, I'd say.
Wow. And that's the thing, like, do we believe anything anymore? Like with AI and like with photo editing and video editing, it's almost like nothing like visual evidence is almost not even evidence anymore because anyone could just edit anything and you just have to kind of take people at their word that they didn't do something with it, which is really frustrating when you're trying to prove this
Too
stuff.
easy to be a skeptic these days because you
It
can
really
poo-poo
is.
anything.
For good reasons because it is so like the fake stuff is so realistic looking, So,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to unless you were the one to take it or something like, it's really hard to look at stuff and say, "Oh, that's proof of anything."
I'm trying to make all my videos as genuine as possible, so I
Mhm.
I haven't really found anything in my videos yet besides like maybe my EMF going off a little bit, which
Mhm.
could be like a little bit of anything. But I think from like most ghost hunters I've seen, they like pretty much captured everything and something in every episode, and I just definitely
Yeah.
Yeah,
find that
that
to
doesn't seem very
distinct.
realistic, huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to like present ghost hunting as like something that's. I mean, the truth is, you're not going to capture everything of something in every single video you make. So you could be at a place for 40 minutes and not find anything. It's just a matter of luck, really.
Yeah, and I think you have more credibility if you do something and like, yep, nothing happened, there was nothing unusual, because then when
Yeah.
something does happen, if it does, then you're going to be much more credible than these people that are, every episode they've got something
Yeah.
shocking, some sort of clickbait stuff that they want you to watch.
That just makes everybody
Yeah.
else that's a part of the subject look stupid.
It
And
does.
The cash incentive kind of ruins it for the clicks and whatnot. Kind of
Exactly.
takes the well, and half of it's like jump scares and people screaming, which as an autist, it's hard to watch stuff like that. Just it's like the Blair Witch Project types. From some of the ghost hunter stuff I've seen, they just run around screaming and breathing
Yeah.
heavily, and but no, but I mean, if you did it in the scientific way without all the entertainment stuff, nobody would probably watch it regardless.
That's true. It would be really dull. One
Yep.
of my pet peeves with these ghost hunters is a lot of times there's so many in the house. Like they'll do a ghost paranormal, investigation, and there's like 8 people running around the house, and it's like you literally don't. Anybody could be doing anything. Somebody knocks something over. It's like, oh, did you hear that? It's like, yeah. Where are the other 7 people? I kind of like when there's one person or somebody right next to somebody else. That way you can't have that kind of stuff happening.
Yeah, and one of the things with Bigfoot and some of the UFO stuff is cameras have gotten millions of times better, and our pictures and videos haven't gotten much better, or they've decreased entirely.
It is strange.
That's one thing that perturbs me, and I feel like more people are out looking than ever before.
Yeah, and in fairness, I mean, if something did happen, like you're driving or walking and you see something off in the distance, a lot of times your picture isn't going to be great because it is a creature way far back, and it is going to look like crap. But it does seem
No,
like
most
somebody
people
would have
don't carry a good enough camera to do stuff in
right,
low light or anything else.
and in that situation, you're kind of panicked, and it's just the quality's not great. Plus, I mean, again, with photo editing and stuff, it's like who knows, would you believe it anyway if somebody did have a Bigfoot right in front of somebody, there's a bunch of those AI photos.
I feel a lot of animals tend to like dart away as soon as they are seen as well. So that makes it like really hard to get a photo. That's why
Right.
a lot of photos you get like animals and stuff are blurry. Like I've run into deer all the time, but like you can't ever like film or anything because as soon as they get the side of you, they start running away. So
Oh yeah.
2 dudes were just found dead who were looking for
Oh yeah, down in Oregon, I believe they were out in the. Was that Oregon or Washington?
Did they get hit by a bear or?
They
No,
were
Bigfoot, Dan.
exposure. Well, quote unquote exposure.
Oh man. Yeah, Normie's got to be careful. Normie's got to be careful. You got to prep for those things.
Yes, Oregon
Yeah.
has like a lot of predators. I feel like like
Sure.
animals, predator
there's
animals.
bears down there, right? Yeah, there's bears.
Mhm.
I think there's
Here's
numbers
the
down there. So I'm not
story
actually
on
familiar
that.
with the Western United States.
2 Portland Sasquatch hunters found dead in Washington forest. They're from Oregon in Washington.
That
That's
sucks.
nutty.
Yeah, and I think from what I understood, there was a bad weather that came through unexpected. So I think that's what happened there.
Oh no.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm still amazed that we're not exploring the ocean. We know nothing about what's down there, let alone Bigfoot in the
Well, you want to go in a sub down there?
Northwest. No, I don't, but we have the technology to take submersibles down there. Like not with us in them. You can do drone ones, like unmanned.
That's kind of surprising that we don't have more down there. Like, because you always hear the statistic, like we've only explored 5% of the ocean. Well, they've been saying that for like 40 years. Like, have we not explored any more of the ocean? It's like,
no, not really.
Maybe we haven't. Like, as far as like
Well,
the
think about how
floor of
many
the ocean.
drones we're launching into the sky all the time. We're not doing that in the ocean. I feel like we should start dragnetting it to find evidence of life that we think doesn't exist anymore. I'm on team Megalodon still around.
I mean, it would be hard to disprove. It's easier to disprove things on land because, you can geographically look and see that something's not there. But in the ocean, I mean, literally anything is on the table as far as I'm concerned.
Well, like
When I
the
was a
Loch Ness
kid,
monster or whatever. How deep is that? Like, or what is it?
Mm.
Lake Michigan or whatever?
no, it's over in Europe, I
It's,
thought.
No, but isn't
Scotland.
there like a lake
Scotland.
here that's like very, very deep that people know? Maybe I'm just
Lake
making it up.
Tahoe?
No, not Lake Tahoe.
I don't know anything.
Is it?
You know all kinds of stuff, just not about that apparently.
So I think most monster cryptids are probably just other species like seals, maybe whales. I would say the Lake Champlain monsters probably
Mhm.
like maybe some landlocked beluga whales, as there was audio from the lake that sounded a lot like whales, and most of the descriptions describe like a round hump coming out of the water, which is pretty similar to like a whale surfacing. And
Mhm.
in Scotland, it's just like it hasn't touched the ocean in forever. So I don't think like a plesiosaur or something could survive in there.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
No.
Also, it would be crazy for such a large species to exist and not be on the fossil record for 65 million years. So I don't think there's
Yeah.
any truth between like the Loch
How
Ness
long was
monster and
the
stuff like that.
coelacanth? How long was the coelacanth
I think it was like
supposed
150
to
million
be?
years, maybe
Yeah,
130 million years. I don't know. It was
Hmm.
the living fossils are nuts.
But you can never really
Uh,
say for sure that they're not out there.
Yep.
no, it's like giant squid. When I was a
Mhm.
kid, they had found bodies. Now they've seen them. They've tried
Oh
to
yeah.
breed them.
Oh yeah.
What about the immortal jellyfish or whatever? That thing's crazy.
Oh yeah. I've heard about that.
Is it chemo?
They need to study that thing.
Yeah,
maybe
like
there's like
it turns into a baby again and stuff. It's fucking crazy.
Benjamin Button, isn't it? With
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
reverse aging. And I don't think it's immortal. I don't think it actually.
Like lives forever.
I don't think it lives forever, but it does. Like regenerate its cells or something.
Something like that. I assume their DNA doesn't break down in the same way. I think one of the interesting things to find out is some of the organisms that are on the seafloor or low, they're chemo. They don't experience sunlight ever in their life cycle, and
Hmm.
they're chemotrophic rather than reliant on sunlight. And that I think there's probably a lot of that we don't know about that might lead to what some of the extraterrestrial stuff people think might be out there. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't survive in typical means. They find them in volcanic eruptions, and we got to find out more about biology before we start going
Yeah,
too
that's true.
crazy.
Well, BBC Science Focus.
What? You would focus on that, wouldn't you, Fishy? Oh, thank
It
you.
says, is this this is what's the longest living immortal jellyfish? And then
Oh,
oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to read. Okay, it says how long does the immortal jellyfish live? Potentially forever, which gets more impressive considering these creatures have been floating through the oceans long before the dinosaurs went extinct 66 million years ago.
oh my
It's
God,
biologically possible for a single immortal jellyfish to have been alive this entire time.
that's
I don't know if that's
insane.
true though, but
It's never on those lists of like the oldest animals. But that's interesting.
I
I'm now
think it's
looking at a list
relatively
of
new.
oldest animals.
Yeah, I think it's a relatively new thing. I know some. What is it? Redwood
Sure.
trees. They don't even know that they can die naturally.
Right.
As far as if you extend their age out, generally it's fires or natural disasters or humans that destroy them. I'd love to know how much. Even the rain. We talk about the ocean. Even the rainforests are like that too. Like, what is it? 2022. They found what they think was El Dorado with lidar.
Right. And it's kind of like how are these things out there, like a whole city or a village or whatever, and like they didn't know that was there. Like imagine how easy it would be for a creature to kind of evade being seen if entire villages are out there.
Absolutely. I think we need to stop thinking we know everything and go back to having an open mind on everything. Quit declaring science done and keep moving forward. I think we're getting to a stagnation point with some of this stuff, and it's kind of irritating.
I agree.
We don't even understand how prions work, at least as of yet. So there's so much more to learn. I mean, what is
Yeah.
it? In the last 10 or 15 years, they figured out what causes chronic stomach ulcers, and it's not stress.
What is it?
A bacteria, H. pylori.
Oh,
Yep, all because a scientist
Interesting.
decided he was gonna prove his concept and swallowed a bunch of it,
that's
and it
crazy.
caused
Interesting.
ulcers, anecdotally, and then they proved it out.
It's always interesting how some of these things are cured by some accident or fluke, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's how washing your hands were for medical practitioners. They didn't believe
Yeah.
in it. They blackballed the guy who started preaching about it. Then found out, oh yeah, patient outcomes go way up when you wash your hands.
I know it seems like common sense for us, but I guess that for them at the time, it's like, oh, I don't, my hands are covered in blood. That shouldn't be a problem here, you know.
Eric
Who knew?
has something to do tomorrow, so I was just gonna tell him thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. It was good hearing from you. I think we linked your channel, so if you guys want to go and like and subscribe and watch some of his content, it's pretty good. Yeah, and we need good DNR officers in Indiana as far as that
Absolutely.
goes.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I could stay here until like 8:30ish, but so
Okay.
I'll still be here a little while. But
Yeah,
sorry for
stay in
cutting
here
it
as long
short.
as you want.
Yeah.
Dan will talk all night if he can.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting my caffeine on. I'm sorry I came on tired. I'm a third
Yeah, he's
shifter.
just getting started. He's getting ramped up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am now in the Discord, Matt.
Oh, awesome. Welcome.
His Discord is like way different. Like it's all actually professional and stuff like that.
Professional.
Yeah,
Well, I
like,
feel like I spend most of my time keeping like trolls and these people out who are just like they
Oh, I better leave. I'm
well,
just kidding.
I don't even know what they're, you know,
I am
not
a
you,
troll,
not, yeah, but some of these
but
people,
not.
I don't know. They're just,
Yeah,
they're looking for
I know
like,
what you mean. I know exactly what you mean,
yeah,
man.
they
I'm just
immediately try to give
teasing
you
it.
Cash App and like, you know, it's like, does that actually work? Like, you know,
Will you send me Bob's and Vogine?
yes. You looking for sugar mama? It's like, no, dude.
Yeah, I think changing the permission level with like
Yeah.
verifications helps a lot.
It does, but then they've gotten creative where I try to have a conversation with every new person that joins. I just try to weed out. Like I can tell they're when they're lying. I'll be like, "What are you into?" And like making new friends, and you know, yeah, I
Oh
can kind of
yeah.
just tell. But sometimes they're really good. They're like, yeah, "I love paranormal stuff. I love ghosts, and I'm from near you." And it's like they put a lot of effort into it, and then I let them in, and then they start blasting all of the DMs to like all of the members to be
Oh
their sugar
gosh.
mama or whatever, and it's like, get the hell out. But
I
anyway.
haven't had that at all.
I don't know why they're attracted to me then. I don't know what it is I'm
Do you have
doing.
it just open? Do you have it just open to the public, or is
No,
it invite only?
it is open to the public, so it's like on
Oh, that's
Discord and
why.
stuff, but then I
Yeah,
do have
that's
the
why.
verification, so that must be why. Like it
Yeah,
is
you got to
out
do
there.
invite only, and then send them
Yeah,
out on your shows and whatnot. That helps.
maybe that's what I'll
Because
do.
I had that happen through a stream on oh, what's the gaming one? Twitch. And I had a
Mhm.
couple of them that were just spam that came off of Twitch where I'd put the link in there and it would click and it would just be something where 5 minutes later every chat thing had to go to this website, blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, jeez.
Yeah. But welcome anyway.
Yeah, it's fun. Eric, I would
It's
love to get into this stuff with you more in a future date as well. If you're not
Oh,
on
yeah.
here, I could go. I don't know if you have Discord in there either, but I can go on anytime.
yeah,
We'll post that
he's
link
Lord
to your
Eric
channel.
on it's on our
Oh,
Discord
Oh,
there.
yeah, I used that whenever I was in high school. I just like used
the
that stupid
Lord.
username. I haven't used Discord in a while, really.
Oh, okay.
My friend just gave me like a weird nickname on there. It's kind of stuck, I guess.
I like it.
Awesome.
I'll add you in here. So what all do you get into, Matt?
What am I into? I mean,
Yeah.
I love mysteries of any kind, so that's kind of why I started this podcast. And I love just kind of I do a mix of true crime / paranormal stuff, and like I said, I don't do investigations, primary paranormal investigations. I'm just curious about it. I like hearing people's stories about what happened to them. I just try to give them a voice as far as telling their story. I try to be a non-judgmental person they can kind of tell their stories to, and people can make up their own mind about whether or not that actually happened. That's not for me to do. And like I do, look into true crime stuff, disappearances, murders in the area. So I'm always busy with some of that stuff. That's what I do for fun.
What is your at on, or do you? Is it Fishy said he doesn't use YouTube? You don't use YouTube? You have a podcast? I'll
I,
find
I
that.
I do have a YouTube, but I mean it's like a static. I post my episodes on there, but that's not. I mean nobody like watches a static image. I don't really have like videos. Yeah, but my podcast is River City Mystery on pretty much anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Here, I'll link his thing. I have it right here.
Oh, River City. Mystery. Fishy, you'll have to put that in the description.
I think it. I thought I put it in there, but then my internet was like went down or whatever, so I don't know if it saved or stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of niche because I focus on like it's a regional podcast, so people in this area. I like to focus on things in my area. That way, if I like the idea that I could just go drive and do a day trip to any story I'm talking about without having, because it's not, you could really do anything across the country if you wanted, but I kind of like the idea that I could be standing in front of the house where that happened or something like that. So it's very niche. So I'm not going to have tens of thousands of people listening, but the people that do are interested because it's in our neighborhood. So it's one of those things.
What area are you from? Is it Vanderburgh County?
Yeah, Evansville. Yeah. So
Yeah.
kind of like the, couple 100 miles direction all around.
Have you ever considered going to Willard Library? I know that place is said to be super haunted.
With the gray lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done some ghost tours there and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I'm actually going to Evansville next semester for college, so I'm gonna check out all of those things soon.
oh, very cool. Yeah, Willard Library is they say one of the most haunted places in the state. But it's a very cool old building. I've never had any experiences there, but
Yeah.
they actually have a webcam. I don't know if they still do. It's a ghost cam, so that it's like running 24/7. So you can like,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's kind of cool. But you can actually kind of just, and I think people do screenshots and stuff if they see something, and they've kind of done something neat there. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, maybe we'll see something right now. So, Eric, what made you want to be a DNR officer? Just you like nature a lot and stuff?
Yeah, I would say I've grown up working with animals my entire life. I mainly like working with reptiles, I'd say. I think like lizards, snakes, turtles, they're really fun to work with, and um, I also like working with amphibians and stuff too. That's why it's my specialty. But I'm interested in all sorts of animals, and I think it's important that we protect our environment. I feel like people are kind of losing touch with like the outdoors and stuff slowly. So it's important that people
Yeah, for sure.
consider the importance of the world around us more. And
Yeah,
animals
absolutely.
really are a lot more interesting than people think they are. A lot of them are pretty predictable and patterning and stuff, but every once in a while there's like a animal that's just different than the rest, and it's fun to study. So.
You know what I think is super
Definitely.
cool is like when there's like friendships between animals that totally like are like not, it's like very unexpected, and like there's like this one dog and elephant that were friends, and like that they like just like loved each other. They wanted to be by each other all the time. It's so cute.
Yeah, I definitely think there's more to animals, and just like basic things that are used to help with production and stuff. Like some people see animals as just like something that are only used to help people, but I think animals are kind of have like souls too. I think they're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
as relevant as we are today. There's like a lot of species that show altruism and stuff. I know there's a whale that like protected a person from a tiger shark, and elephants are known for being super friendly towards people. So there's definitely more to animals than people think, I'd say.
yeah. I agree.
I think I saw a video of was it a wolf friends with a deer or something? It was a really bizarre pairing. It was like, how's that? But it's strange how
Was this
those friendships began.
Hmm.
Wonder like were they like born at the same time and they've just like you always kind of wonder like what are the stories that no one will ever know what led to that.
yeah. Have you heard that lion that keeps adopting uh I think it's like wildebeest or something, like juvenile wildebeest. Usually the male ends up killing the wildebeest, unfortunately, which
Oh
is
my god,
Oh, that
that's
sucks.
horrible.
but I always thought that was interesting that it keeps doing it over and over again. I'm not sure
He's
what's
like a
wrong with
farmer, right?
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's keeping a
Farming
snack for
wildebeest.
later.
Right. This is a ghost. This is the Willard Library, the live ghost cam in the research room.
oh yeah,
So yeah, I mean, there's something flashing over there. I don't know if that's like a security light or something, but that's you know, there's people that
it's
say
a
they
big
see orbs and floating, but I think the story was back in one of the original workers at the library had seen a lady wearing gray floating through the aisles, and it freaked him out. He was a maintenance worker, and the story goes that he left and never came back, and people have seen this person several times.
Yeah, where's Scooby Doo and the freaking Mystery Squad?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely
Right.
think more haunted places should be having like 24-hour cams because you never know what you could capture with something like this. Like if you were to
Yeah.
hook 24/7
Oh
hour
yeah.
cams up at Whispers of Stay,
Ooh.
who knows what you could capture? I don't know why. Like Lord Library is one of the few places that actually does have 24-hour cams because that could really have some interesting studies in the future.
Yeah, not only is it a good security measure, like only a moron would like try to break in because you've got all these people watching all the time. But I mean, it's also like you said, you never know what you're going to catch.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. I am back. Can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome.
Wait, am I
phone
muted?
call.
No.
No, I
I thought
can.
maybe I was muted. I do that sometimes.
Me too. Every time I get a call, it makes me have to refresh. So what were we getting into here?
This is like a 24-hour stream of a haunted place, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna let Matt tell you. Wait, did he say he was
He
be right
said he'd
back?
be right back.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, this is the Ghost Cam at Willard Library. It's open for 24/7, and they try capturing things to see if anything could show up. Like sometimes there's been gray ladies showing up on the camera, supposedly orbs and stuff. I don't know if there's ever been objects caught moving on their own, but there used to be people back in the day watching this cam 24/7 and hoping to actually catch something on camera, but I haven't really seen many people as interested in this cam as they used to be. It's a pretty interesting subject.
What kind of stuff's happened? Anything
Um,
notable?
they say there's a great lady that's been captured several times. That's what they call it. Like apparently she was like a worker, or I think they said she wanted like ownership of the hotel back in the day. Uh, I mean, why did I just call this a hotel? I'm sorry. Somebody haunted
No, it's
hotels.
okay.
I think she wanted like ownership of this library. Maybe it used to be a. The camera just glitched. That was interesting. Uh, but where was I?
Oh, was there some activity here?
Yeah,
I had to
it was
walk
like
away for a second.
there was like a gray square that just went across the screen. I'm sure it was just a glitch on the camera, but that was interesting. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, maybe it was my phone glitching when I saw that. Yeah,
Hmm.
I never know.
What were the sprites? Do you guys remember those?
Sprites,
Yeah, they look like dragonflies or something like
Yeah,
that.
They
like
sort of like berries.
Found out it was. Yeah, they found out it was the or not flicker. What do you call it? The camera lens closing on itself. At least from what I
yeah.
remember. I watched like a
I-
2 or 3 hour documentary on it, and that was the
Oh,
end.
really?
At the end. Yeah, that was at the end. I'm like, I'm over here thinking fairies are real.
Well, I know I've seen some of those where it's like it looks like they're changing direction and flying around a room and stuff like that, and it's like,
Hmm.
you know, of course they could be insects too. Sometimes it's hard to tell when something's flying around, whether it's like because with the camera, speed, recording speed and stuff like that, it might look like a something like that, but it might just be a bug flying around.
Yeah, that's what they determined it to be. The specific phenomena that was sprites, like they
Yeah,
recreated them over and over and over with the same type of cameras. Like darn it. Well, have a wonderful night,
yeah. Thanks
Eric.
a lot, Eric.
It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for coming. It was very nice. I think maybe we should close it down now too, because I think it's about dinner time, and
Sounds
Oh
good.
yeah, it is like 5:30 out your time.
yep,
Yeah, it's like
that's
7:30
exactly
here, so all right. Well, this was fun.
yeah, totally. I had a very nice time. I was having a bad day before, and now I feel like I'm having a good day.
Awesome.
And I apologize for not having the high energy. I'm sure in an hour or two I'll be right back to normal.
Yeah, next
The
time
coffee
I need
kicks
more
in.
energy from you. More energy, more energy. You have an update for us?
Somebody
You
has an
know,
update.
get in here then.
An update?
Hold on.
You can't
let me
leave it
invite
you
him.
can't leave it at that. We have to find out what the
I know.
update is.
I'm gonna invite
Especially when
him
you're
on.
called Investigation Unsolved with an update.
No documentation.
In Delphi?
I don't even know what that means. No.
No.
I don't know, but I know Sterling's gonna come on, and I'm not accepting Greeno not coming on too. So
We might be busy, or not have the audio
not too
equipment to
busy.
make a good.
I'm super annoying.
Yeah, but if you don't have a
I'll bother
microphone or
people.
something, yeah,
He
you don't want
does.
some.
He has a phone. They
What?
have microphones.
They sound like poop though. New Delphi docs.
He's just teasing us, I feel like.
Public ones?
Check it out.
Hmm.
Okay, fine.
No. Do you follow that
Right.
case, Matt?
Surprisingly, I'm in Indiana, but that's not one that I've really followed that closely. I know some people.
Wise maneuver, my friend. Wise.
Yeah, but I've heard some wild, conspiracies and people all over the place. Some people have contacted me on Discord actually, and they've gotten their own investigations going, and they think it's some preacher out in Illinois, and asking me to look into it, and I'm like, I don't know, but that's not one I've really followed that closely, oddly enough.
Yeah, you probably saved yourself a lot of trauma with that.
So I've heard.
Just from the community alone.
Yeah. It's fun though. I met all these people through Delphi, including Fishy. So
yeah,
I can't complain too much.
That's awesome. Well, not awesome that's how you met, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, like Dan always says, like it's okay to like laugh and stuff. Like even though we're dealing with like heavy content, it's okay like to, or else you'll go crazy. Whereas like a lot of people think that it's like disrespectful, but
yeah,
we definitely don't try to do it in a disrespectful way or anything. But
It's a fine line to walk. Like a lot of true crime podcasts, they take it too far where they're joking and it's like you do realize they were talking about a family that was slaughtered or something, and I think they kind of
Mhm.
forget that. But I think there's a way to kind of be light about it without being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably the worst at that. I'm more of the levity guy. I'm more of a comedian than a sleuth, so
Yeah.
self-proclaimed, anyways.
Well, you're a good pair then. You guys kind of cancel each other out then.
Yeah, I think I'm probably not
She's
serious too,
funny
though.
too.
But
Don't. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
so don't let her fool you. Super professional on here.
I'm not.
Well,
I'll laugh at pretty much like any joke. I'm
Yeah, if
easily
she can
entertained. I
tolerate being
think.
around me or talking to me every day, then she's probably got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Anybody in the comment section will probably tell you that. And anytime people get offended, I just throw the autism card out there.
oh my wife is constantly telling me to stop using the
Yeah,
autism card, and
yeah.
it's like that's so politically incorrect. And I said, I know. I just
Well, then you throw out
sometimes,
the Asperger's one, and people get mad about that one too.
yeah,
I'm not allowed to call it that anymore.
yeah. Political correctness has never been my forte, but
I'm gonna block
I know.
myself. Don't, Chris. Don't block yourself. That's funny as fuck. So. I assure you, everyone does not love Dan, but I definitely do.
Everyone
Some
used
people
to.
don't. Yeah, yeah.
I come out and make poop jokes, and everybody's mad at me.
Oh, yeah.
What do you know? Yes, that's what she brought up. I am definitely a troll, but in a fun way. I'll give people money and make them laugh.
You
Hell
can't ask
yeah.
for much more from a troll than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ethical trolling.
Right.
Or
Exactly.
he's just using the super chats to like take
Yep.
people down and make them
I've
say
thrown
stupid
many
stuff.
a creator. I have thrown many a creator off their high horse and made them laugh midstream with some dumb crap I throw up on there.
I like the ones where they have no idea that that's what you're even doing.
Yes. Just get them to read it out.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I've had to tell somebody to stop reading my comments because I'm just in there horsing around with the chat. And then they get mad, and I'm like, I'm just picking on somebody in the chat that I know, not you.
Yep.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you, Dan, and thanks for having me on again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look
definitely.
forward to
I
doing
enjoy
something
having you on.
later.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you guys have a
Okay.
good night.
You too.
Thanks a lot, Matt. And Fishy.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan, always for being here. I would call you my sidekick, but I feel more like you're like definitely not a sidekick.
Sidekick's fine. I'm the side chick. It's okay.
Yeah. No, Greeno, you have to come on. I don't want your documents. I want you. No, I'm just kidding. He can join
Oh
shortly.
my!
He's trying.
Oh
No,
my! She's trying to
not
get
like
the
that.
Greenies Genies.
Not like that at all. Not like that.
Greenies
easy,
Genies
take
are
it
making a
easy.
comeback, guys.
Oh goodness.
I knew you was Bridgeman, Mr. Greeno.
Oh no.
Side bitches, man. Says you're right. You're
I
right.
will answer. So we have to wait around for him to come up here. I
We
have a
can.
dinner
I can talk
I need
shit
to eat.
all night. I can't do it by myself. I need somebody
I know
to
we
come
need
up here.
we need somebody up
Maybe
here.
Delulu can come up. Well, as
Oh,
long as they don't start getting.
Paradox. Get up here,
Paranuts,
Paradox.
get
You
up
know
here
what
and
you're
let's
doing.
talk shit. I should stop swearing on your thing.
It's fine. I think it's like only have to worry about it for like the first like 10, 20 minutes or something. I don't know what it is. I don't really know what the rules are.
Practice how you play and try not to do it regardless. I'm terrible at it.
I'm kind of good at not cussing because I have like a child, so I try not to cuss too much.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that my kid hasn't taken up on that because I'm bad at it. I do very well if you
I'll
talk
try to
to
get
me.
my daughter to cuss and she won't do it.
Same.
Like, because I think it's
See.
funny when kids cuss, but not like all the time, but
My
like,
son
when
went
they
up
don't
to
know
me
what they're
today and was
saying.
like, I feel like shit. I was like, what? Yeah, I think he had a little bit of a fever. Apt
Like before
description,
my daughter
brother.
could say like beach, she sounded like she was saying bitch. So I'd be like, "Where are we going?" She's like, "To the bitch." It's so funny.
Who that bitch?
Yeah.
She.
Dude, Paradox, get
Cooking
up
dinner.
here.
What are you, a woman? There's Greeno. Fucking cooking dinner. That's
That's
such
funny.
masculine energy radiating out of me that Fishy's gonna go make dinner right now. Do your what do you call it? Oh shoot. Not astral projecting. I just talked about it earlier. Remote viewing and figure
Yeah.
out what kind of sandwich I want.
Yeah.
Keep it kosher here, better not have any pork on it. Or cheese if it has meat.
What? No cheese?
Yeah, it's kosher. Dairy and meat. I don't keep kosher, bro. I like cheeseburgers too much.
Oh, okay.
Can't have shellfish either.
Fine,
Totally
Delulu, get up
hashtag.
here.
Yeah, Delulu. Dishes, get your headset on and get up here.
Get up here, bitches.
Shit.
Don't even ask it later. No.
I blessed it with my holy Ark of the Covenant.
Hmm.
Where's Cryptex? He could come on.
I don't know. He wasn't here. Then he left, I think. He banned himself,
Tuna
remember?
sandwich? Tuna? Do you know what Pudge is? He's a fish!
Mar, get on here.
She's smart these days. She doesn't get on here.
She's always been smart.
She knows
What do you
people are
mean
cray cray.
these
She's
days?
been on my shows a bunch of times. People just didn't know who she was.
Well, any mystery people are also welcome to join. How many times do I have to drop this link before somebody actually clicks it?
I'm doing ethical blocking. As long as it's not cock blocking, Cryptex, we're alright.
Cryptex, get on here. Now. My demandingness is not working, so maybe I should try a different way, a different approach.
Nope. I think
Dan's
people
going to
wanna
be on
listen to
here
us
all by
ramble.
himself if nobody comes up here.
All by myself.
Yeah.
Don't wanna be. And you have to listen to my singing until you drop. I advocate the mute button.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I should drop it in the Discord instead.
He responded and said he was connected or something like that. I don't know what Miranda's talking about. Maybe stream to organize
I don't
another one with
either.
Anthony and Cryptex.
Oh, Zero. Zero should come on. Oh, he's calling home.
He's what? Oh, he's calling now. Mama Bear. Well, let me throw one in the Discord.
I just. Oh, that was like 15 minutes ago. He'll probably maybe be done.
Yeah, I saw from the 3021 today in a chat. He's gonna say hi. I miss you from the 3021.
Oh, he always says hi to me, but then like he said we're BFFF, best fishy friends forever or something like that. He's funny. I like him.
Where is your general chat at in your Discord, Fishy?
Mine? It's at the very top.
Okay. Let's see.
I could do it before you do. Watch. Oh,
Nope, I'm already done, bro. That new Discord we got in, I don't know if it's I haven't asked if we can drop links to stuff and things
Yeah,
yet.
probably not, I would guess.
We're having fun. I was showing them that donut operator thing where it talks about the superbike motor shop slangs not being related to Todd Colehab. We're gonna get a UK man. Oh, I gotta figure out what that blocked website is.
What
You
block
remember?
website?
From Gmail. Remember I think it was you that sent me the thing on how to unblock accounts.
Oh yeah, I did.
Do you know what that is?
Blocked lives matter. Oh, that's funny. You just I don't know, but I think I just chat GPT'd it or whatever.
Or whatever doesn't help me, fishy.
Oh.
Let's see.
Dude, how long did Greeno say he was going to be? He thinks we're just going to keep this going forever for him.
Manage your Google account. People and sharing contacts. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, shut up. No, she probably has you blocked because you did unblock her. I know for a fact you did.
Who?
Gambies.
She's not blocked. I think
No, but
Mara's
like maybe
still blocked.
she
I
has.
gotta fix it.
Oh. Yeah, don't block Mar.
I told her I'd fix it. I blocked a few people. I'm mean.
Okay, this is the last time I'm dropping this, and if nobody joins, then I'm leaving, and Dan's going to be here all by himself. You say whatever you want here.
Data and privacy. Oh, we're gonna have to drop hard R's. YouTube history. Shoot. Fishy's gonna have to chat GPT it, bro.
Okay.
I know it's in here. Security, people, and sharing. That's it.
Oh, Greeno, do you want me to send the link to your to our chat or whatever?
That's close to what it was. It's not. Settings.
There, I sent it to our chat too, Greeno.
Oh, there it is.
Dead
There are
silence.
no blocked users. Yep. If that doesn't work, I have to go on my laptop into YouTube Studio, but it shouldn't be on there. I can see all of them in your thing.
In my thing?
Yep. In your
I don't have
StreamYard.
anybody blocked, do I? Oh, I might actually have one person
Well, there's
blocked.
one. Yeah, there's only one. My fault.
It's fine.
But I have that person still in my studio. They're still. Who's Delphi's sweetheart? Gibbo? Oh, he needs a link.
I sent it to him at like in our message thing and in the chat, so I don't know how he needs the link.
Snail mail. Send it over USPS.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. By carrier pigeon.
By mule.
Teddy is the world's sweetheart. He's very, very nice.
It's a very good
And he
singer,
likes
too.
to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to argue. Like, he's arguing with me when I wasn't even talking about it. It's funny.
Gibbo's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom. Hello.
What's going on, YouTube?
What's
You
up,
just, like,
man?
you hear his mic is fine.
My
I
what?
didn't know.
Your mic?
I didn't know if you had a microphone or not.
Is my mic fine?
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, because it's like I don't have a microphone on. I just have a, well, it's not connecting to my earbuds, but if I touch my earbud, it'll probably hang the fuck up. So
It's just your voice is perfect for I'm shut up.
for your midnight pleasure. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Oh
Oh dear.
To the Love Shack with Don't Hate Create.
Oh no.
What's going on, Dan? How you doing, dude?
Just chilling. Just chilling. How
So
about you?
I am a busy person, actually. Busy making fun videos and filing documents with the court. So I actually filed for a FOIA request and filed a document today with the court trying to get all the exhibits minus the ones that are prohibited.
I should have filed for that one that's the what do you call it? The medical report. Not the photos, but the report. I don't know why they prohibited that one. Seems like crucial details for some of the folks.
The autopsy. You know what? I think that too.
Not the photos, just the coroner report and all that stuff.
Well, because I think partial of the coroner report has photographs in it.
They can redact them.
They can redact them, or they could say those ones are
Actually,
not available.
They can even redact the diagrams if they don't want to show the diagrams. But I hate to tell them, they're already out there because somebody, Hidden True Crime had somebody draw the diagrams and everything. So there's at least an artist representation of them out there.
Yeah, actually, you know what? So, well, I mean, yeah, I guess we do have those. So we do know what it looks like. So I guess you could depend on people that were actually there and
I
saw
can
it.
send those to you if you want. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
you know
have
what? I've seen them. I've seen them in person, but I'd never actually seen a copy of them. Like I don't have a copy of it online or anything. So yeah, I'd be interested in having it. I guess just keep it for records. You know what I mean? Since they're not going to release it, I guess
really PG too. I
Yeah.
hope that's not what people thought when they were going around saying I had autopsy photos, because I just have cartoon drawings that somebody made. I don't have
that somebody
what I want.
created.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Do you guys not have the
cartoons.
ability to share your screen? I know you're at work, aren't you?
I can't. Fishy might be able to. Yeah.
I don't know
Well, I'm
if
on mobile.
So am I. I could
sent
get on
those
my
to you.
computer, I guess, but I'm real glitchy because I live in the country of Delphi. So my video capabilities are not the best. If I'm live on stream, I can try, but I warn everybody I am pretty glitchy.
Did Fishy leave?
No, I'm here, but I want to
Oh.
go leave for a second.
Can you play that video?
Why? Why do you want to leave?
Yeah, I can.
You gotta make dinner for a kid.
Oh, I thought she was like thinking about me or something, my voice or something.
She is.
Oh my god.
She is.
No.
Don't get it twisted.
Stop.
You hear, oh God, stop. No, don't stop. God.
Seriously, though.
I'm dyslexic. Don't worry
No.
about it.
I've heard that a lot. What? So where are you going? What are you taking off? Don't take off.
I just need to make it dinner, and then I could be right back, like 20 minutes, maybe.
20 minutes,
15,
dude.
probably.
She's got a,
Okay, I may not have 15, 20 minutes. All right, so before
We
you
literally
do that,
waited for you for like 20 minutes. So I don't
because
really want to
you know what, I said that, and I shouldn't have said that as fast as I did because I couldn't. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it right then. But everybody was like, "Come on, come on, come on." No, I think I sent you the documents that I sent in and what I actually requested. So I don't know. I can probably get online and share it, but you'd have to approve it.
I can
Yeah,
approve it.
well, Dan can
That I
approve it
can
too.
do.
Yeah.
You
I can
Okay.
approve it. If you pull something up, I can pull it up onto the screen. I just can't. I cannot like share my screen and do anything like that because it's mobile. I can share your stuff, like if you pull something up, but I can't do the other way.
Okay. So I will go and I will jump and send that to you here in just a moment. So give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think I have my. What is this? What the F is up with my internet?
Okay, I'll go send it to you right now, Bob.
Oh, you sending it to me?
Or I'll put it in the thing for you. Yeah, so you can share it.
Okay, you just have to share
That way.
like share screen.
Okay. All right. Give me a second.
Yep. What's up, Gambies? What are you making me for dinner?
So for anybody that doesn't know, like Gambies, you're not blocked on my channel if she's here. So my channel is now the True Crime Rewind.
Are you doing all AI stuff now?
No, but I'm learning some stuff for a company that's helping me, and it's not the easiest stuff. So my job requirement is to actually make some things, learn how to do this, and then teach other people how to do this. So the stuff I'm doing right now with AI stuff is stuff I'm working on to better myself for these things that I'm doing. I just haven't had time to live stream because I've been working on that documentary and getting everything done for it. So it's a lot of work, and I always feel pressured to get it done before February 14th. So 2 episodes are done. The rest I'm still working on because there's a lot of information to put into this thing.
It's snowing out that way, Greeno?
It is, yeah. Why am I glitchy?
Okay. No, it just started snowing here.
Okay. Let me see if I can get into the stream on my computer. All right, I'll be right back.
Technical difficulties. Yes. Yeah, it's snowing out here. I haven't looked at the radar. I don't want to. Let's go drive in it. There he is.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, all right, excellent. So here I am, and I guess I could pull these things up here. Give me just a second here. It's going to take me a moment to pull it up. But anyway, so what's been going on, man? What have you guys been doing? What's been going on with the case, or are you guys following what's happening out there? Because I don't watch anything.
I've been catching up on. Oh no, I don't watch anybody's YouTube stuff really anymore about it. Just following the motions as they come. I watched the Holman interview. That was pretty good. Much as it made people mad or whatever, it was nice hearing from somebody who was in law enforcement. Did you catch that? Uh-oh.
Yes, I actually did. I did catch that. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I was muting my microphone. I
you're all
did
good.
catch that, and I also have an interview myself set up for the docuseries. So, and not with just him, but with other people too. So, I hope that people like what I've got to offer here. It's a lot. It's a lot of information that gets packed into one thing here.
Just gotta walk through a metal detector.
There's one, and what do you mean? Do I have to walk through a metal detector?
No, I said I have to walk through a metal detector. So if you hear somebody talking in the background, that's what it is.
Oh no, man, you can't walk through a metal detector, dude. They'll know. The cops will know who you are.
Find my firearm. I have keistered.
Oh, yep. Better hide that one.
I'm trying.
Okay, where's it at? And man, you know what? I got on a live stream one day and totally forgot how to operate that motherfucker.
StreamYard?
For sure. Dude, I did. I forgot. Yeah, I was like, how the hell do I do this? Like, what am I doing here?
I always forget how to do the ones on the computer because I'm always doing it off a mobile.
You are? Okay,
Yeah, I
got
wish
it right
that
here.
Oh, there we go.
Let me share my screen
Dig
here.
this puppy out.
Okay,
All right, let me know when
so
you got it up.
present video file, or maybe it's.
I live out in the
What?
out in the boonies too, so I had to get that $120 a month freaking Starlink.
Really?
Yeah,
You
dude, you
did?
can't get a mile down the road. They have 1 gig download FiOS. They don't have it where I'm at, and it's like $50 a month. I had to. I think Starlink was $80 a month when I got it in 2021. It's 120 now.
Oh wow. Here they are. All right, got it pulled up now. I think. Can you see this?
Yep. I can't
Okay,
read it though. I'll just let you know that already. This is tiny
Okay.
on my screen. It's on an iPhone 15
I
Pro
know
Max.
it is very tiny on my screen as well. So I will just let you guys know what it says here. So if you guys can, how does the stream look? I'll look at myself on the phone.
I think it looks good.
Okay, so you guys can see that pretty good on the phone here. Okay, so here it is. So this is what I put in for, ladies and gentlemen, as far as like getting some of this documentation and stuff like that. So it's actually going to be filed tomorrow. So this is the Freedom of Information Act, which is in accord with the Access to Public Records Act in Indiana, which is like APRA. So they have their own little constitution that governs these things, and this is what I've requested. So it says the law provides the public with the right to access records maintained by state and local government agencies. The APRA aims to ensure that government operations are transparent and that the public has access to information about government activities. So it's to the Carroll and Allen County Clerk of Court under the Indiana Access to Public Records Act 51431. I am requesting an opportunity to inspect or obtain copies of the public records that pertain to item A, 7 audio calls, recordings made from Allen's place of incarceration related to the calls made by the defendant Richard Allen to his wife and mother, in which the state has labeled confessions. B is the 43-second video recording made by Liberty German, victim 2, labeled Bridge Guy Video, where Allen is seen walking on the Monon High Bridge towards the girls and order them down the hill. Copies requested are unedited version and enhanced version. This video is not covered under the sealing of the crime scene photos that depict the deceased bodies of victim 1 and victim 2. Number 3, photos and videos of Richard Allen's 2016 Ford Focus captured on Hoosier Harbor Store security camera, as well as photos taken by investigation team of Allen's car at the CVS parking lot during the course of the investigation. And number D, interrogation videos of Richard Allen's interrogations with Liggett, Mullins, as well as Holman, and therefore are available for access for public and media under the scope of law. It says the scope and definition defined by Indiana law makes these specific documents, but not limited to, other articles that meet criteria, not only to members of a media organization under Indiana Rule 2.17, nor must the requirements specify only those deemed a member of the Broadcasters Association or Press Club of Indiana. So that is one part of it. And then here's the second part of it. So it says that the other documents, or the documents that I've requested, in case they try to say that these are under seal, it says all documents requested qualify as an article, do not qualify under the definition of the ruling the honorable judge presiding as being an audio exhibit, photograph, or video within the nature of which the order was issued. These photos do not depict graphic photographs of the deceased victims, nor does it infringe on the defendant's mental health records and confidentiality. Therefore, under Indiana law and Federal Freedom of Information Act, in accord with the Access to Public Records Act within the state of Indiana, federal law and state law requires that those exhibits must be released and provided to the recipient of the person requesting this information. The duration and cost, if any, of them each individually, as well as a grand total for all items together. And then I just state a lot of case law, who I work for, and all that stuff, and how much it should cost. According to law, it should only cost up to $1 per page, everybody. It should not cost anything more than that, because State law says it caps it at $1 per page. I filed a motion about that earlier this year, and they changed the way that they conducted business. So hopefully, within 7 days, they are required by law to provide those documents to me. So,
Well, those are cheaper than getting transcripts, correct? Because that's the ones that are like $5 a page.
Yeah, and they can't do that. They can't charge $5 a page for transcripts. They can only charge one $5.75 fee according to the law. So, yep, so it's not like for each page. So I have a video about that where I kind of discussed that and showed people what the law is, and the law is written in here. This is the law. Okay, the law says, according to Indiana Code 51438, fees for copying public records, and this is transcripts too, which is a public record, are capped and must be reasonable. Specifically, the fee for copying documents may not exceed 10 cents per page for non-caller or 25 cents for caller. The actual cost to the agency of copying the content or copying the document. Additionally, Indiana Code 333751 states that the document fee collected by the clerk may not exceed $1 per legal size or legal size page, including a page only partially covered with writing. Local ordinances or codes cannot overrule state law, as state law takes precedence. Any attempt to impose fees beyond what is allowed by state law is unlawful and unenforceable, and citizens have the right to ignore such unlawful demands. Which means if they say you're paying more than $1 per page, everybody, tell them no. No. Tell them no. I'm not paying that, and the law says this, and cite this Indiana code, and you will be paying $1 at the most per page. That's all I got to say. So I did ask for it. People were asking on Reddit when we could expect to see these things come out. Trust me, I've been on it. So I'm going to have to pay for them. I don't know how much they are, but I definitely will. And if anybody wants to contribute to that, then you can contribute over on my like Cash App or PayPal if you want to help contribute to whatever these are going to cost, which I have no idea right now. So I'm just preparing for the future. So within 7 days, they're supposed to give them to me, but I'm going to have to pay for them. So that's the update that I have right now as far as trying to get this information to show everybody. You still there?
Can't wait. Yeah. Can't wait.
Okay. You know what? I can't either. So there we go. So that's all I got for you. So I'm going to have to, oh yeah, you know what? I do have one more thing to show you.
Did you show that video?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know how well it'll come in because of.
Just make sure that maybe turn the settings down for it.
I don't know what you
mean. I
mean.
think this is only at 720, like when you play it on your computer.
Okay, let me see if I
can make sure it's down below 720 or below when you play it, and then stream it. That way, you're not trying to play it in 4K or 1080 or something, and then shoot it through here.
Okay, let me see if I can change that. So settings to 720. Okay, so then what do I do now? I don't remember how to do this thing.
Share in your StreamYard, share screen, go to that tab you have open, share that. And when you're ready, let me know.
Entire screen? Yeah, because I got to share the audio. Hold on.
Yep, just make sure none of your stuff's up there that you don't want people seeing.
Exactly. All right, so do I need to mute my microphone first? I should, huh?
No, you shouldn't. If you can be quiet, it should be good.
It won't echo?
Or will it play through? You can mute it.
All right. Mute it? All right, give me a second. I'll go mute it. Okay, give me a second. Let me go mute it.
Yep. Oh.
Reno the con man thinks he's the real deal. Always running his mouth, acting tough for a bill. You're a bounty hunter? Nah, more like a snitch. Threatening everyone, but you ain't nothing but a... You need a crew, can't handle your beef solo. Go pay your child support instead of flexing for promo. Claim you're chasing justice, but you're chasing a scale. Even the prof could book you, you're a wannabe man. Oh, look who's talking. Know your jailbird clown was locked up with Keaton Klein. Now trying to hold it down. Next time you step him up, I better pay that fine. Judge banned your ass, don't cross that line. You slipping for the prop, hanging with Rick Snake. Stay in your lane before you get blown away. You talk big, but you ain't built for this scene. This is Greeno's town, go back to your meme machine. Know you run this town? That's a laugh, no doubt. You need cohorts to back you, what's that about? You take beat and desperate, a sad little act. Claim to hunt fugitives, but can't handle facts. You tried to build a crew, but you ain't got a team. Just hollow threats, so watch the YouTube dream. You're a fake vigilante, a drama-made theme. Now step back, Reno, before I wipe your screen. Vigilante, you know that's rich. You're running with liars, now digging the ditch. Keep clinging to Rick's name, the bluff in their lies. While I'm dropping real heat, watch your channel die. Call me a snitch, you ain't built for the fight. All bark, no fight, just keyboard hype. You talk about scams, but you're part of the show. I'm the real deal, bring out the name they know. You're the name they know, boy, you'll make me laugh. Your reputation's trash, like your shady past. Greeno's always barking, thinking he's hardcore, but couldn't solve a case if they dropped it at his door. Run your little podcast, play detective online. But in real life, Greeno, you ain't worth a dime. You're the weakest link, the biggest disgrace. Now bow down, boy. Get out of my face. Oh, you wanna talk trash? Let's end it today. This is my court, no, better stay out the way. You're riding on rumors, chasing duff by clout. But the truth is, no, you're just running your mouth. I don't need no team, I handle my biz. When you crying for collapse, begging like a kid. Step back from the courthouse, don't make me repeat. Yo, Greeno the con man, it's ended today. This is my court, no, better stay out the way. You're riding on rumors, chasing duff by clout. But the truth is, no, you're just running your mouth. I don't need no team, I handle my biz. When you're crying for collapse, begging like a kid. Step back from the courthouse, don't make me repeat.
Glitched out a little bit, but I posted the link in here, and I'll go and put it on my YouTube thing as well. Can you hear me? Or are you still muted? Gotcha.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so yeah, so I figured it would be glitchy. But anyway, yeah, so if you want to see that and you want to see it in like a full HD, go right over there with no glitching.
What is the new at link for your new channel?
True Crime Rewind Podcast.
All right, YouTube. Oops.
So you guys could probably just type in True Crime Rewind Greeno or whatever. It'll probably come up. Or you may get a bunch of videos that talk about how I'm a killer. Who knows?
Nothing but cold truth videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. Okay. At True Crime Rewind, everybody. There you go. Yeah. I'm going to make a channel called The Coldest Truth. Okay, man. I got to roll out of here.
All right.
I appreciate y'all. If anybody needs anything done, videos made, intros made, layouts made, whatever, hit me up. That's what I do permanently. So hit me up. I'll hit you up and expect that documentary. There's already a sneak peek and a preview out. There will be one coming out here in the near future that is going to be bomb and badass to give you guys some context onto what exactly all is in this show. So hope you guys like it. On that note, Dan, you already know.
Hey, man. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate
Give them your
you, dude.
send-off line.
All right, everybody. Keep it Southern style, y'all. Peace out, dude.
Oh, yeah. Guys, don't forget to check out True Crime. I'm going to post the link in there. Just give me 1 second. I put it on my channel in the community thing. And I'm trying to figure out how to get back here. Boomering it up a little bit. I had to go find it. Once I found it, then it's good. Yep. If you guys are on Twitter, I just got sent some updates about the New Orleans thing. That seems to be pretty interesting. Don't know what's actually going on. And now I lost it. True Crime Rewind Podcast. Hopefully that works. Make sure you subscribe. I gotta get Matt's link. Let's see. River City Mystery Podcast. It's on YouTube. It's on iTunes. I'm going to send the iTunes one out because that's all I have to use. Don't forget to check that out. Matt's Good People. Yes, typo. I heard there was a plane crash typo. I heard, oh, I hadn't gotten to look into it because I was checking Twitter right before I left the house, and it was, I don't remember where it was at. I don't have, let me see if I have Eric's channel too. I don't think Eric has much on there yet, but it always helps to get some subs in there. What the hell that is? Oh, it's Discord. Oh, it's a Facebook link. I know I have it. Sorry, guys. There we go. It's at Eric Explorations, more supernatural related phenomena and all that good stuff. Yeah, just for a minute. I'm going to shut it down here in a second. I just wanted to make sure I posted all these in there so Fishy can look at the end thing. And so normally I got somebody else on here, but not right now. I was just taking the reins for Fishy so Greeno could give out his FOIA information they got, so all the Delphi freaks and geeks can hopefully get the information they want. I don't know if anybody else has done that yet, so Fishy is making dinner. I'm sure we will be back tomorrow. Today's Thursday, I think. Tomorrow or Saturday. We can come back anytime. I've been wanting to do it all week. It's just been a weird, hectic week. Not me at all. It's a computer program that can speak and know how to conversate, research, make scripts, knows laws. Yep. AI is pretty fantastic for that stuff. Careful with the law stuff, though, Greeno. It'll cite fake laws and stuff. A few law students have gotten busted on that. Typo, are you in Discord? I'll post a link to the Discord for Fishy. I'll post both of them. She's got AI bots in there that run their mouth, so they're real fun. If you want to reach out to me or Fishy or any of those guys, just hit us up in there. If you have Discord and you want to add me, I'm just curious contrarian. Search for the username. I don't know what Fishy's is, but if you add me, I can get it for you. Or if you go on the Discord and tag me, or tag, I don't even know what she's listening to. The courthouse is closed. We'll go ahead and talk. Yeah, I could talk to Gibbo. I just drive, so I can't. I'm currently sitting, but I can't really host the stream or pull anything up where I'm driving, or even really look at the comments. She's telling you to get up here, Gibbo. Actually, this thing actually knows its shit. The reason is because it's brain-computer interface. Well, that's neat. I don't know what all's going on in that market. Alrighty, I'll shut her down. Like I said, Discord typo. Don't know if you're in there. If you're in there, hit us up. If not, I'm on Twitter too. I think it's Curious Contrarian or at Contrarian Dan 92. Just hit me up. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching. It was a great time. It's always good hanging out with Fishy. She keeps it peaceful and respectful. Love you guys and enjoy your beginning of the year.